Happy birthday, Chess24! Wow, 4 years. It's been 4 years already since Chess24 was born. Sopiko and I became best friends thanks to Chess24. The whole concept of Miss Strategy, Miss Tactics is because of the Chess24 recording, so I couldn't be more thankful to Chess24 for starting this beautiful friendship and our chess careers in terms of streaming and video production. Now I have two screens, so I'm going to check if everything is okay with the sound. This is a new laptop, first ever stream, and I want to make sure that everything is working before I start playing my games today. Let me just check on the other screen. Hi everyone, good to see you. I think it's working because you guys are saying that yeah, a huge thanks to everyone joining in. I wish I could read out all the names. I'm just scrolling up and down. Hi everyone, good to see you here. Yeah, today it's Chess24's birthday. As I said, we are already 4 years old, so it's a big boy or big girl. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Neutral. Thank you. I'm celebrating. I don't know. The problem is I don't have a champagne or anything, but I do have my Miss Strategy, Miss Tactics mug. So let's start. Who is going to be my opponent today? The first opponent. It's an i7 and it can support finally my lengthy streams. So I'm very happy about the new laptop. I tweeted about it. Let's go for a new opponent that is not Claudia. Claudia is my all-time favorite on Chess24. I always set up my shows with Claudia, but now let's pick someone else. Premium members always get priority. So, without further ado, 5-minute blitz. Actually, I told you guys that I should play with increment, but today it's an exception. Everyone is playing normal 5-minute blitz game, so I'm not going to go for the increment today, but next time. Okay, I scrolled a little bit up and down, and then I came up with Kasparov student as an opponent. Good to see you, Kasparov student. Okay, the problem is I have a new laptop, but I did not get a proper mouse. So I don't have a gamer mouse yet. It's just the old slow mouse, but I think it's not the mouse that has always been my problem, but my abilities. So I'm not very good at moving quickly online. But I'll try. Kramnik student's little brother. Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, Kramnik student is always here, but I think I haven't played against Kasparov student, so that's why I picked him. I always try to pick new faces. So Queen's Gambit declined. Volume is low. Sorry. Let me fix that. It's supposed to be on the maximum. You don't hear me properly? Is it too low? Can someone please tell me if the volume is low, because my microphone is supposed to be on maximum volume. Kasparov student is taking his time while I fix my microphone. Volume is okay. Well, I hope it's okay because it's supposed to be a good microphone and on maximum volume. Sound is fine. Thank you for confirming it. Kasparov student, are you with us? Have you fallen asleep because of my boring opening choice? You're here. That's great. So let's see what you do with your bishop. How are you guys feeling today about the birthday of Chess24 and the 12-hour stream? Thank you, Jose, for confirming it too. Big shout out to our amazing video producer, Jose. And in this position, I normally castle, but there are tricky variations with g4. So in order to prevent those variations, I think I'm going to go for a different move order. Video series. No, Sopiko has new video series. It was published a few weeks ago, Sopiko's new video series, so you should check her video series out. She was in Hamburg just a few weeks ago. Okay, I was mentioning that I was going to be tricky with the move order, so let's play for b6 and bishop b7. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Thank you once again, Jose. He has been helping us with all the setup. I was a little nervous whether my new streamer setup would be okay. I could have taken with the knight or bishop. New laptop. I've just got it. What am I doing? I was telling you guys I could take with either the bishop or the knight, and then I just didn't realize that my d5 pawn was hanging. Okay. Pawn sacrificed by Anna without wanting to sacrifice. This is not starting well today. This is not starting well. If I already blundered, let's blunder with style. Let's blunder with style. But even the e6 pawn will be super weak if I let him take on e6. Why do I do this? Why did I have to do this to myself? Okay. No style. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna play bishop b7. I'm gonna let him take even my bishop. Let's castle first. This is bad. I've just dropped my most beautiful pawn on d5 because I was so careless. I was happy about the stream that everything is going fine and I didn't look at the chess position properly. So yeah, not the best start, but I'm only a pawn down. It's not a piece. I still have a pair of bishops, although he can take it anytime he wants. So I don't have any tricks like b5 because he can take on f6 with a check. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, let's fight for a draw. If you are worse, try to get some counterplay for your material down. He doesn't want to take on f6. That's interesting. So let me take here first. I'm expecting knight takes, and then I'm going to play knight c5. Pawn takes, isolated pawn. Well, it's a pawn up for you, so I understand that you are very comfortable with your pawn up. Will I get into trouble like this? Let's do first this. I'm worried about the c5 slightly, and the c7 square. Yeah, now he's taking. I'm gonna take back with the knight. This is what I should have done 10 moves ago, so that my pawn would have been protected on d5. Anyway, if I manage to build a blockade on the d5 square and then attack the d4 pawn, it's not too bad. It could be worse. I'm gonna build up my blockade on the d5 square. As if nothing happened. Let's pretend that nothing has happened. All according to plan. It's good that he doesn't want to take. I mean, he wants to create hanging pawns, so I think that's good strategy, but I'm not going to favor you by capturing on c4 right now. I will first build up pressure on the d file, attack the d4 pawn, and I'm hoping to get back my pawn. Actually, I'm very close to getting back the pawn. I'm very close to getting back the material, and yes, I'm going for it. Okay, is there any tricks? Are there any tricks? I don't see any tricks, so let's go for the pawn. Incredible play by Anna, first blundering a pawn on move 7 and then winning it back. Wow. And I will even be in a decent position because of the f4 weakening move. Like, it has opened up his king's position and the pawn itself will be hanging. So I'm happy. If knight takes, I can even take on f4 first and the d4 pawn is still hanging. I think that's what I'm going to do. I can be a pawn up from just a very silly blunder in the opening. Suddenly, I have a great position. Guys, today's session is about proving that you can play just very bad chess and then be lucky. Now, this is not hard. This is not what you should learn. But it's a fun session. It's the birthday of Chess24, so we give and get gifts. This is all about presents. I'm gonna take your other pawn too. I'm this greedy. And now suddenly, table's turn, I'm a pawn up against Kasparov's student. I do prefer having a pawn up and not a pawn down. Okay, he wants to play rook e7. Let's play king f8. And now let's see how can I proceed. What's the best way to proceed here? Let's chase this knight away, because then I can go rook d2. Whether immediately or not, I shall decide. Knight c6 is an option for him later. Do I want to trade or not? Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. At least I still have time. That's good. b4, knight c6, check. Okay, let's just play this solid a6 move, because I want to keep my pawns safe and sound. And after this, will I give a check first? Yeah, let's see. Let's see if he goes for rook e2. Now I have knight g4, and then I'm gonna take the h2 pawn, but he's going for my a6 pawn. Is this what I want? Or knight e4, and then takes, and I go for the a pawn. Okay, I think this is the way. I hope that my knight won't be trapped on a2, by the way. That's the only thing. I didn't really calculate if my knight is getting out from a2. King c2. I should play b4. And he will attack my knight, and I'm dropping my b pawn. So this wasn't the best trade in the world. Yeah, he's gonna play king b2, and I have to play knight c3. No, he's not doing that. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. You could have played king b2 and then capture my pawn. Now he's doing it, but it's too late. I'm coming with my king. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, knight f5. Actually, I'm dropping now my kingside pawns, but no problem. I have more pawns. This is such a bad game. I was constantly giving up pawns. Giving up pawns all the time. Let's come back. I need an active piece. I need an active knight. Okay, thank you. The king and pawn in game is something that I shall win. Okay, let's pre-move all my pawn. Moves and queen. I should have moved that faster. Okay, let's take this guy too, and then just push. This was a very bad game. Kasparov student, thank you. It was exciting, I guess, but it was a very bad quality. Starting with my lame opening. But okay, today we don't have time to just check these stuffs. But how could I think I can take back with a bishop? I mean, it's clear that I have to take back with the knight. Anyway, this was fun. Let's go for the next game. This has been fun. Very, very lame chess from my side, giving gifts and getting gifts in true birthday spirit. Okay, I see a new name, Kaz. I think we haven't played yet, so let me accept your challenge. Let me see the chat now that I have two screens. That's a Magnus win. Is this how Magnus wins? I don't think so. I think he has way more class, even when he's in worse positions. Okay. Let's go for the Spanish. Oh yeah, I'm dropping a lot of rating points with the Banter Blitz sessions, so I'm not really worried about my my elo on Chess24 or in general. I don't care that much about rating. What is this? I'm just gonna take that guy and the e5 pawn as well. Yeah, good game, Kasparov student. Thank you for the game. It was a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoyed it too. It was fun. I'm really not understanding what's going on. Okay, so there are some bishop d4 ideas with bishop f4. If knight f3, you want to play bishop g4, but it's not too bad. I mean, I'm just a pawn up again. Well, again, after the previous game where I was pawn down and then pawn up. What kind of crazy chess player doesn't care about their rating? Me? I don't think rating is the most important. I think knowledge is a lot more important than what your number says next to your name. So I prefer to have more knowledge and less points than the other way around. Of course, if you have a lot of knowledge, you should have more rating points, but I don't think people should be obsessed about their ratings. That's my point. Not that it doesn't matter at all, but you shouldn't be obsessed about it. I don't think it's the only point of chess. I think the only objective of chess is that you enjoy playing. And if you are too worried about rating points, then you will stop enjoying the game completely. You will be too worried about, oh, if I make a draw against this lower rated player, I'm gonna drop 3 points. That's not the way to think about chess. At least not in my opinion. Happy birthday, yeah, happy birthday, Chess24. This is a birthday session and I have a pawn up, which is great news. A massive pawn block here in the center. It will take me time to mobilize them, but I'll get there. I'll get there one day for sure. Let's bring my knight to f5, because that's a great square for the knight. I agree that it's just like in chess and in life. It's not the most important, numbers. And numeric results or anything that is just well, of course we need to strive for improvement, and one way of checking your improvement is by looking at your rating. So of course there's a relation. I'm gonna take your h6 pawn because the f6 knight is hanging, but I just warn you not to be worried about it too much, because that's not healthy for your chess. And no, I don't think that more rating brings you more happiness, because when you get the rating you wanted, you will want more and more. It's the same about money. Like even the richest people in the world keep working for getting even more money, for making even more money. So if you base your happiness on numbers, that's not the right way to do it. That is not true happiness. I would like to bring my queen to c3 or the f5. Both are nice. Both look very nice. This is just such a nice position. I can't choose. Let's bring it to the f file. And I can even play like queen f4, rook f3, rook h3. So yeah, this is such a beautiful position for white. Domination. Let's just play rook h3 and threaten queen h6. And once I play rook h3, if he plays rook h8, what's my follow-up there? Am I winning already? I'm sure that I'm missing something obvious. Okay, now I will not let your king back to g7. This is worse. This is worse than allowing rook h3. Because now it is going to be mate. Yeah, I guess I missed some rook takes g6. I should have had some tactical motives already earlier, but I didn't. Hey Tarye, good to see you. Good to see you. So it's mate with rook h3 and queen h8 in 2 moves. Who are you most excited to play today? Because it's a 12-hour stream on Chess24. So have you played against Adiban and my best friend, Sopiko? Have you challenged them? And are you going to challenge the next streamers? Who are you most looking forward to challenge and watch here on Chess24 today? I'm reading the chat. Sometimes. When I'm not blundering pawns. Thank you, Kaz. Thank you. It was a fun game, but simply just gifting me pawns in the opening is not that ideal, because I love pawns. So I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them if you give me free pawns. Let's go for a new challenge. because we have limited time. More streams are coming up very shortly after my one and the rest of the day. Okay, let's scroll. Let's see if I can find someone who I haven't played yet. Actually, there are many new names, so it's now I'm trying to think. I hope to play against all of you. It just takes me time to... Oh, I did not... Did I crop it well? I hope that you see the board well. Yeah, I think it's okay. You're not late to the party. Ham Hog Gin is just beginning. The party is just starting, and depending on where you are from in your country, it might be still too early. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry. Lately, my streams are about cooking or thinking of food or starving. The combination of the three. Let's go for the Rosalimo. I love the Rosalimo. Yeah, Peter Svidler. I definitely understand how much you love Peter. He's a great guy. Great guy. And a legend, 8-time Russian champion. Let's not forget that, apart from being a great and very nice person. Oh, thank you, Jeroen. That's so kind of you. 4:20 a.m. there? Goodness me, Cledin, you're a hero. 4:30. That's crazy. You're watching us at 4:30 a.m. Where are you guys from? Let me know who is where at this very moment in time. I'm playing for d4. That's what I'm preparing. But there are these variations with bishop g4, yeah. And I should remember, but I don't. I quit my semi-professional chess career when I studied a lot over a year ago. Was that? No, a year ago. Not more than a year ago, but it feels like longer. Because once you stop training for a few months, you are already like a lot more rusty and you second guess your moves because you don't remember theory. So that's what's happening to me right now. I second guess my moves. How was this variation? I don't remember it, so let's go just solid. If you don't remember, go for something solid. That's the tough part about chess. If you want to be very good, you constantly need to study. If not, you just forget. You forget it so easily. So what remains are your abilities, your understanding of chess. But opening theory, I think, is something that you constantly need to look at. And you constantly need to exercise your tactical vision as well. So solving tactics. But that's something I still enjoy and I still do. Because it's really entertaining. Studying openings when you have studied them and now you need to revise them just so that you remember, that's hard work. And nowadays, I'm not for that anymore. First of all, I don't have time for it. Secondly, if you don't compete anymore, you lose motivation to do that. And so I forget most of my openings. That's what happens to me. How about you? Let me know. How did I celebrate my birthday? My birthday was 3 months ago, so I don't remember my birthday anymore. But it was my 30th birthday, and the biggest thing about my birthday was that, first of all, spending it with my family, of course, and my loved ones. Secondly, chess-wise, it was that my course came out for just before my birthday. Yeah, I agree that Jan is very good in openings. He's very good. Where do I want my bishop? On e3 and then bring the rook to c1. Is that what I want? Do I want to take on e5 first? It's an option. Let's take and isolate the c pawn. So he's got a pair of bishops. My pieces are not developed yet, but I'm dreaming of Bishop e3 and bringing the rook to the c file. This is an interesting position. Black has a pair of bishops and some dynamic potential, but I have a better pawn chain, and as long as I don't blunder my queen, I should be okay. Queen c2 or queen a4. I like both, but this is more active, and then I can play rook c1 attacking the c6 pawn. In case of rook b8, I can push b3, and later the a7 and c6 pawns will be both in trouble. He wants queen b5 next move, if I play b3. I believe. That's why I'm thinking whether I should go rook c1 and then he takes on b2. No, that's not what I want. That's not something I want. I think queen b7 is a good move, and it might make me come back to c2 with the queen, which is not what I was planning, but I don't want to allow the trade of queens after b3, queen b5. I would have been forced to trade queens and straighten his pawn chain. Straighten it in a way that the c6 pawn is isolated, and once it gets to b5, it's a healthy pawn chain. So I'm coming back to c2. I did not see queen b7, queen b5 coming. It's a great idea, Kaito kid. Well done. So I lost the tempo. By this point, I should have had my rook on c1 already because of playing queen a4. And now he is on the offensive. Wants to take. Let's go for this move, because I rather would have my pawn on f5 and expose the e5 pawn, and this bishop on h4 is not doing anything, so I wanted to get the g6 bishop for my knight. Next move, I want to play rook c1 and just start attacking this isolated c6 pawn. Of course, it's important to have goals in life. You should all have goals in life. I was not saying that you should not have. I'm saying the opposite. But don't base your goals on numbers. They can be helping you measure how good you are doing, but don't base your happiness on numbers. That's all I'm asking from you. Queen e4, bishop f6. Let's do that. Then I can go even very aggressive with g4. h6 to prevent g5. In h4, sacrificing the pawn for the e5 pawn? No, not in this moment. But in the future I could do that, certainly. Do I want to play rook d1 first? Probably yes. Let's trade one of the rooks. You're trying to learn German to troll Jan in his German shows. That's great motivation too. Probably it was better to bring the e rook to d1 and now rook c1 I would have had. But I only realized it too late. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. I can still double rooks. And so can he. Rook d8, rook c d8. Then I play rook e d1. Yeah, I haven't played the most precise moves and I'm slow. I'm low on time in this game. So even though I have a very, very comfortable position, I've been messing things up. Now he will play rook d8. I believe. So this is what I should have avoided before. And I don't want to take on d5 because I'm targeting the c6 pawn, but he did very well activating his pieces on the d5. This is the way you should play. So he's got dynamic compensation for his weaker pawn chain. I'm gonna proceed here. It's not even easy. Oh, and he's going for bishop b4. That's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. What I'm supposed to do here? What I'm supposed to do? Bail out? Not that I like it. And then if rook c8 b4. I don't like this at all. So now I'm just trying to bail out before it was too late with after bishop b4. This is not what I was supposed to do in this game. I liked my position a lot before, but then I was too comfortable and too slow. Made some imprecise moves, and that led to this position. That led to this. Oh, you offered me a draw. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. I never offer a draw, so I'm not used to seeing the draw offer button. Actually, I'm worse, so you should be fighting for a win here. I'm worse. And now I'm giving up the f5 pawn because I didn't know what I was going to do. So I'm worse. You should play for a win here. Don't offer me a draw. Don't offer a draw when you are better. Ah, I have to take, and this is just so bad. So bad. Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't even have time. I'm lost. I'm lost in the position. I'm lost on the clock. Whoa, don't give me your rook. Don't do that. This was not what you should have done. And I won on time. Now this I'm not accepting. I'm not taking this point. Officially, Kaito Kid, you deserve to win this game. You were better on the clock and you had a winning position. No, thank you for the game, but seriously, first of all, when you offered a draw, I'm worse, so I could have accepted to bail out, but I wanted you to try to play for a win because you should play for a win when you have a better position. And here you are just 2 pawns up, so I was very lucky that you pre-moved rook b5. I did not deserve this point. I had a good position before. I liked my position in the middle game, but then I played some imprecise move, like this queen b7, queen b5 is a really cool idea. If I had seen that coming, I would have played queen c2 immediately and then bring the rook to c1. So I lost quite some time with some imprecise moves. And you took the d file and tripled heavy pieces on the d file. So you did very well. You played very well. No, Tarjei, I don't like winning when I play bad. I know I'm not a very competitive person, but it doesn't lift me up to win this way. So, let's try to find some new faces again. NO96. NO. No, I was I'm not really. I don't think I've ever won on purpose because of flagging. Like, I'm not even good at that. So if you think that I had some great flagging skills, no. I just pre-moved some decent moves. That's all I did. Nothing special. Jan would be so proud. Well, I don't think the same way about winning like that. I feel bad about winning like that. No, flagging is not greater than win. That is certainly not true. And I don't remember this variation much either, to be honest. I don't think that flagging is any cool. I'm not happy when I win on time. Come to the dark side. No! I want to be in the light. I'm not happy about the dark side. Okay, Anna, let's try to remember. I think this was the position where I should now go back to e4. Was it this way? I might be confusing the variation. As I told you, once you stop training, you start mixing things up in your head. And sometimes half information is worse than full information, but I'm pretty sure that e6 is not the move here. So that I can tell, because it's now a Swiss cheese. There are these holes on the dark squares. I'm looking at bishop g5. I'm thinking whether after queen a5 check, c3, if I'm happy about that position. It looks like a nice position, but I can also play that move later. So perhaps I'm not even in a rush. Bishop c4 looks like an active, nice move. I don't think e6 was the move here for black, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't remember. Because he's playing fast, so is this still theory then? I don't know of this. I know that flagging is part of the game and it's blitz, but it still doesn't make me thrilled about winning like that. And I'm saying this after having lost many games with a rook up or piece up, and I lose on time. So it happens to me the other way around as well. I have lost plenty of games because of losing on time when I had winning positions. So now I was worse. and I won because of time. Once again, I'm not fully satisfied with my play because this was supposed to be a comfortable position. I'm barely developing my pieces. Is there a possibility of knight c3? Not here because of the pin on the d5, but I was looking at knight c3, b takes, bishop takes, with both the rook and the knight hanging, but once he takes on d2, I would have rook d1 in the end of that line and win back the piece. Okay, where do we want our queen? Let's place it on f3. Although it takes away the square from the knight, but I can go to b3 and try to get to c5 or d4 with my knight. My piece setup is not ideal at all, and I'm undeveloped, but he has been weakening his pawn chain. So once I get my pieces set harmoniously, I will be very, very happy because I have a nicer pawn chain. Look at that c5 square. I'm not achieving anything yet by heading toward the c5 square, but that is an outpost for my knight, and the c6 pawn is a weakness. The e6 pawn is also a weakness. I'm looking at those squares. Shall I play bishop e3? Why not? So, if he takes... Okay, he doesn't want to take. I was going to say I would have taken back with the pawn. Let's jump here. That's what I was aiming for, either placing the knight or the bishop on c5. Oh, he's being tricky now. He wants to take. So that was actually a good idea from my opponent. I'm still not dropping material, but slightly unpleasant. Why I get into slightly unpleasant positions? Why do I do this to myself? How do I get out of this? Because my knight will be hanging there. I can't play b4 because later the c3 pawn drops. How do I do this? I'm not convinced. I don't see the best way to proceed, and that bugs me. He wants to take and then f4 and win the piece. So I will I will play this very ugly move and probably not the best, but he was threatening knight e3 and f4, winning my knight. So yeah, I did not want to allow that. Now that the position has changed, I'm gonna take back with the queen. e5 looks like a very nice move, and so he does play it. Let's bring the knight here. Now I don't want to go back to c5 anymore. It would have dropped the piece after f4. Just here and threatening knight c6. Rook c5 I'm looking at, because then after knight takes c6 he can move the queen and my knight and the bishop would be hanging, but I have in that position, depending on where the queen goes, I might have there just bishop d5. So rook c5, knight c6, if queen c7 I have bishop d5. If rook c5, knight c6, queen to d7, that's when both of my heavy pieces are hanging and I can't play bishop d5. And so he understands it and he does what I was not happy about. I'm not gonna take the pawn, therefore I'm going for the bishop maneuver. I'm getting this bishop to the e4 square and the rook to d1. That's my setup. Bishop f5 makes sense in this position for him. He can take back with a pawn and create this massive 3-pawn block. Oh, a3 is a good move. I did not see that coming. It's a good move. Well done. Now this is very unpleasant. Good job. I'm gonna take it. I have to take it. And then rook c1, rook takes a3, I take on c6. I'm just looking at this diagonal, and with my rook on a1, with my rook on a1 I should be very careful. I probably should have played rook a to c1, because now after rook takes a3, in some positions there will be e4, winning my rook on a1. And so that's what he wants. But I'm not sure that this was the best move order. I can take now with the queen. Oh, he wants bishop f5 now. Woo. Bishop f5. I'm lost. Bishop f5 and I'm lost. I think, yeah, I am. I'm dropping all my material. I'm dropping material here. Everything I can. I'm losing a piece, and I don't see a way to bail out. There's no way. Now, this was very well played. a3 was a very nice move. What am I supposed to do here? I'm just dropping a piece. I'm low on time, and I will be a piece down. e4, very strong move. Hey, Jacob, nice to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, this is a very bad game. I'm going to resign. Enno, you have played so well. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. a3 was a very strong move. I love every book of Jacob Agard, so I'm recommending his books all the time. I'm not saying Jacob because you are here. I say it often. Attacking Manual is one of my favorite books, and I used to be a very, very defensive player. But once I studied Jacob's book about attack, and especially my favorite chapter was, how was it called? Chewing on Granite? That is an amazing chapter. So you guys should check out the Attacking Manual and my favorite chapter, Chewing on Granite. I think that was the title. So I learned a lot from that book, and it made me more offensive. Not that I'm a great attacking player, but it has certainly improved my instinct and how I see those positions. So great, great stuff. This was a lame game, very bad game. It started out no, it wasn't even very good at the beginning because I don't remember theory. I told you that. I told you guys that I was just playing, I don't know. I was actually here. Yeah, wait a second. Here, probably I shouldn't allow a4 because I was very happy about the c5 square, but I didn't realize that here after rook a5, I'm slightly in trouble because I'm not keeping this knight on c5. Knight takes e3 is a threat and then f4. So this was not ideal. I could take my time and stop my opponent from pushing a4 and then bishop e3, knight c5 or bishop c5, rook to d1. I just thought it was too slow, but probably I should have tried this anyway. Once I managed to develop, his pawn chain is weaker, but I wasn't sure that I have the time for this. This was a fun game. I think I still have time for one more game at least before I give the floor to the next streamer. This is the 4th anniversary of Chess24. So happy birthday once again to us at Chess24 and to everyone, to all the chess fans who have been following chess events, chess streams, studying video series, solving tactics. Why I cannot accept. I'm clicking on the accept button. It's not working. Yanyi, I wanted to accept your challenge, but it's not working. So I have a new challenge. Robin Hood 58. Nice to meet you. At least Chess24 was kind to me and I'm getting the white pieces in many, many games. Whoa! How to surprise Anna move 2. You have just done that. Okay, I know I have seen this a few years ago, a couple of years ago, or maybe in one of my streams too, and I didn't know it, and I still don't know it. Okay, I always tell you guys that the most important is when you're surprised that you don't panic. And then try to think objectively. What is this move about? It's like a king's gambit with black. I'm a tempo up. King's gambit is risky even with white. So don't panic, Anna. Let's play the counter attack that I would play against the king's gambit, and I'm a tempo up. Is that the right thinking? Maybe not. Well, I like my position, but I'm still second guessing, like, what's going on here? He wants to play d6 next move. He prevented queen h5 check. That would have been my idea after. That would have been my idea if he had played d6. Okay, now that I have the e5 square for my knight forever, I'm gonna just come back here. But this is not looking bad for black, so I don't know what's the refutation. of second f5. Not that it's lost, it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, it's not supposed to be a good opening, but nowadays even the risky variations are holding and it would be like a better position for white, but no opening is winning nowadays with no color. Just no winning openings. I'll just play natural moves. Develop my bishop. Support my knight on e5. And I feel like, well, my b1 knight doesn't have a really good square. So what I'm going to do is try to think of a way to actually achieve that this knight will make sense. Do I have time for knight d2 f3, or it's just bad? c4 is the other option, but okay, let's go for it because it's Banter Blitz, but this is the kind of chess that I normally I don't like this much. I would have considered for black not allowing me push c5 because this I like. I love having more space. I was more concerned about other variations. Okay, he's pinning my knight. That's what's his idea. But I'm still okay. I can let him take there. So let's just unpin myself. It's a Latvian. Yeah, I knew that it had a name. Knight takes e5 is the move that refutes it. Thank you, Fuxia, for the information. Now I know it. I'm learning from you guys. I'm learning a lot. Bad time management. So I want to play f3 in the future. He wants to take on e5 badly. So let's take here. Let's trade a few pieces. I could just play for b4, b5 because I have more space on the queen side, so I should not be too worried about the rest of the board in this sense. I'm gonna play b4 immediately and then decide where I place my rooks, since I will be going for this b5 push, since the pawn chain is pointing at the queen side. If you look at my d4 pawn and the c5 pawn, they are pointing at the queen side as if it was an arrow. And it's the same for black, pointing toward the king side. And he has a semi-open f5 too. Okay, I don't have time, but I want to look at the chat too. So I'm trying to multitask, which is not something I'm good at. What does he want? He wants to take and then try to give mate on h2 later by bringing the queen to the h file. Is that what he wants? Sometimes e3 as well. Am I scared? Annie, don't be scared. Let's take this. Do I want to take it? I wasn't sure about taking it, but now I'm taking it, and I want to go for b5. I'm just giving up this pawn because then I will get it back on b5 and the d5 pawn is weak as well. I wish I had 4 hands. I'm using the other laptop too. Maybe this is not the best idea to do while you are playing and losing on time. Yeah, this is not the best idea from me to use 2 computers at the same time. Okay, I want to get your b7 pawns. I'm pushing b6. And later, I will want to get that pawn. Not that it's so easy to get it, but I will want to. I'm aiming for your pawn. You probably want to play bishop f3 and give mate on g2. Bishop f3 here. Ooh. I can still take, I think, but it's getting hot in here. Do I want to play this? Let's play this. Just expanding on the other flank as well. And I might bring my queen in with queen e5, queen d6. I don't know. Queen e5. Just stay there. Take away squares from my opponent's queen. That's mainly what I'm doing. Okay, this was not a big deal for me. Not a big win because I need to now come back. So, and yeah, queen e5 was not the best move in the world. But I enjoy my A file. I enjoy that I have a lot of space. I would like to improve my knight, so probably that's what I should do. I'm coming to E3 with the knight. Queen of 6. Something I would have considered for him. Ooh, Queen C7. Bishop H3, but with the knight on E3 I'm defending G2 very well. So I think it was a nice knight maneuver. Improving my knight and also helping with the defense. Oh, well, it's not winning just yet, but I will do this anyway. If you take with the bishop, I'm gonna double rooks and I'm threatening rook A8. I don't have time. That's the only thing. I love my position. I think now I'm winning, but I don't have time. The rook on G5 is now very bad. Without the queens on the board and no attack on the king side, that rook is not even coming back to the queen side in time. It's very far from the action. There's nothing on G2, so I'm just gonna follow up with my plan of trading rooks here and then winning the B pawn. And he doesn't have any attack on the king side, plus his rook cannot come back to protect the B7 pawn, so this is a winning position. But I would need to take on B7 quickly and promote the pawn very quickly before I lose on time. Normally, you would not be too worried about your time, but I'm a slow player, so for me, this is going to take some skills to win this, and I cannot pre-move because I feel like my opponent could trick me. He could play something like bishop takes G2 if I pre-move, so I'm not going to pre-move. I'm going to take my time. Okay, I should win with the queen up, but before I would have been more worried about my time without promoting the pawn. Let me see, what are you guys saying? Thank you for the game, Robin Hood. Thank you. Let me see. I think I still have time for one more game, but let me just make sure that I'm not overstepping my time. But King Crusher is starting in 4 minutes. Let's play one last very quick game. 3 minutes? Can someone please charge me for a 3-minute game? Because if not, I'm going to take time away from King Crusher's stream. I'm not good at 3-minute blitz games, but we don't have time for a normal game. So if you want to play a last game with 3 minutes, I'm going to sacrifice myself and my bad blitz skills online for a 3-minute game. Can someone, first one to challenge me for 3-minute blitz, premium members, I'm going to accept it. Okay, I now see so many new challenges. Thank you guys, thank you. Oh, but now it's moving all up. Wait. Don't be that quick now. I cannot click because I just see so many new challenges. Goodness me, this is tough. I want to click on names, but by the time I get the mouse there, it's moving. Give me a second. Okay, wait a second. I saw one of you that I wanted to accept, but now I don't see you. Where are you? I will have to choose another user if I don't find you. Okay, I couldn't. The list was moving all up and down and new challenges. The Clasher, you're the one who I'm going to take on as my last game of today before King Crusher starts his stream. This is the 4th anniversary of Chess 24, and all the work on the website of course started even earlier than 4 years ago. So basically Sopika and I became very good friends 5 years ago when we were recording already in the studios for a website that was not launched yet, but it was in the making, in the process of creation. Best way to play against this? There are many setups. Many. I'm just going to trade this because that was my bad bishop, and now I'm going to defend this guy, just stabilize my pawn chain. I was looking at my clock and I was like, geez, I only have 2 minutes left, and it's because we started out as a 3-minute game. It happens when it's a 3-minute game. Bishop d6 is the other idea, but I thought that after knight e5 I can't play knight d7, there's knight takes c6, and my bishop would have been hanging on d6. is just a solid position to finish with our stream today. It's my stream that finishes with this game, but not the celebration, not the birthday celebration. As I have just mentioned, King Crusher is up next, and the rest of the Chess24 streamers, including everyone's favorite Peter Svidler and Jan Gustafsson. Once again, do let me know who are you looking forward to challenge today, whose stream will you be watching for sure. Trying to look at the chat at the same time before I say goodbye. That's why I'm not saying much about the position. It's just equal. I traded now a couple of minor pieces. I'm heading toward the e4 square with my knight. I don't see new messages in the chat. Is that no one is talking to me anymore? Or I'm not getting the updated comments? Okay, let's go for a heavy piece position. If I didn't have the pawn on g6, I could play rook e6, rook h6, but that's not the case here. So let's start playing very fast. Double rooks on the e file, target the e3 pawn, make it difficult for him to push e4. In some positions, queen a5 or queen c5 could be annoying. So yeah, here we go, rook endgame. If I take, then the b7 pawn is vulnerable. That's the only thing. Let's make the c6 pawn vulnerable instead of the b7 pawn. And I can bring my king to d7 later. Takes me 3 moves. He can double rooks on the c file in 3 moves. So I'm good. This is not the most entertaining game you have seen in your life, nor today. But I hope that you enjoyed today's session, regardless. King e7, e4, doesn't matter. So I get my king to the weakness. You should be protecting your weaknesses, not with your rooks, ideally. Let's open the a file. My rook on d6 is not nice. I will need to bring it somewhere. If I give a check, rook c2, I'm expecting. Let's attack this guy, and now I will want to bring my other rook back to the game, heading toward the a file. b5. This I did not see coming. Oh, if I takes, my d5 pawn is hanging. So I should not take. Let's attack this guy. Oh, I'm very low on time. Very low on the clock. This is bad news. Too low on the clock. I don't know if this was the best way to play, but I've just done this. I don't have time. That's no good. I offer a draw, but I'm gonna lose on time. Otherwise, he's not accepting my draw. I lose on time because I was going to capture on g2. Well, this is what happens. So here in the end, it's a winning position for black. I would take the pawn on g2 or h2, and I would be 2 pawns up. But I ran out of time. Thank you, the Clasher. This was a fun game. You played very well, by the way. So this was a good game, in the sense that it was a very balanced game. Slightly boring for the Banter Blitz sessions, because I guess you guys enjoy more when I blunder a pawn and then I have to suffer. It's more excitement, more entertainment, but it was a fair game. So it was a good game, the Clasher. And now, after the Clasher, here comes the Crusher. Mr. King Crusher is up next. So I will say goodbye, but don't go anywhere because it's 12 hours of Banter Blitz today. Happy birthday, Chess24. And once again, my best friend and the start of my chess career is thanks to Chess24. So I'm very, very grateful to the company. As always, it's been a pleasure streaming for you. I will be back next Saturday or not. I shall announce it. I don't know. I think next Saturday I'm not here. Have fun and happy birthday once again. Let's celebrate together the 4th anniversary of Chess 24. Bye bye.